So electricity is kind of two parts. There's volts and amps. So volts are like pressure. Amps are kind of like capacity. If you take a power adapter, it'll have two numbers on it. It'll have a certain voltage and a certain amps. So say it has 12 volts at like 7 amps. This means that it's providing electricity at 12 volts of pressure, and it has a capacity of 7 volts, like it has a reservoir, like a tank of water, or like an air compressor tank. It has 7 amps of capacity. So if you have a device that draws power at 12 volts and 1 amp, that's going to pull the 1 amp of power out of electricity out of the adapter, and you're going to have a constant flow of that 1 amp being replenished from the main power into the adapter, and then from the adapter into the device, and just have the 1 amp moving constantly in that direction. And if you do that over an hour, so an amp hour. So the if say the device was 1 amp and 13 volts, well, that 12 volt adapter might not have enough pressure to drive that device, not enough oomph. You're having an air tool that doesn't spin fast enough. And likewise, if it was say like a 10 amp device, I'm sorry, a 1 amp and 10 volt device, then that 12 volts might push it too fast, might break it, might make something melt, might make something spin too fast. May damage the device, may make a wire that's too hot, and then that wire fuses and the device breaks. So that's why it's important to match the voltage up with the voltage of the device, and why it's important to keep the amperage equal or above the amperage of the device. And if you're not sure about that, or you don't trust the theory, then it's very simple just to match up volts to volts and amps to amps. And this lets you reuse any electrical adapter with a device that matches it, and you can use all kinds of different adapters. This is also why the USB adapter, all USB adapters can power all USB devices, is simply because of that, because they can provide the correct voltage and more amperage than the device is using. Or if they can't provide enough amperage, it limits how fast it can charge.